Just wanted to make a quick video on my conversation slash texting approach on dating apps so you can see how I go from starting the conversation to getting the woman's number. And this one is with a match from Hinge. In one of her profile photos, she was walking on ice in some holiday spot and her prompt included the words National Geographic. It made me think of global warming in that moment. Now, the main thing about openness is I want to stand out immediately. Global warming may seem boring, but I am obviously not going to talk about that at all. I'm just using it to open and transition very quickly. She replied with, maybe next time, which really wasn't much to work with. I know most guys get stuck here, so here's a tip. You want to build togetherness as soon as you can. Togetherness is basically just using the idea of you and I, or we, instead of the typical approach other guys have, which is to place the attention solely on her. So I replied a bit mischievously with, I reckon you need an extra voice. It gets more attention. I happen to know someone. Hinting that the someone is me. She knew I was being cheeky, so she played along. Oh, I hope he's interesting and hot. Now, in situations like this, most guys will probably say, yes, he is interesting and hot, or something else. And usually it sounds like the guy has to brag or hype himself up in order to win the girl over. I don't like doing that, so I turn things around by saying, he hopes you're cheeky and adorable. And then I said, and just like that we shall stop talking in third person, to break the loop right away. Otherwise she could reply with, and she hopes you're nice and funny or whatever. I did not want that, and her reply was great. She said, ha ha ha, is that a royal we? You're quite a witty one. Pleasant surprise. Guys, when this happens, it is game on. First, I am not surprised because a lot of men online just don't text the way I do. There's no witty banter, nothing that sparks playfulness or fun. Most of the times, it's just an exchange of information about her hobbies or yours, or a whole lot of questions about her, which, imagine this, she has to do the same with almost every guy that she exchanges messages with. I break that pattern right from the start. Second, when a woman throws you a compliment, just lead the conversation forward. So I continued by saying, put on a tiara and you will be royal for sure. Then I led the conversation immediately with, I like to think Hinge matched us for a reason, so let's not disappoint them. What I'm doing here is I am foreshadowing our future by hinting at taking our conversation beyond Hinge. This is me saying we should get off Hinge, exchange numbers, and maybe go on a date. I do that without coming across as being too forward too soon. And she responded with, I hope you're as romantic in real life as you are about the algorithm. Not too bad. She's interested, but it's still the beginning. She clearly wants to find out whether I am her type. And she used the word romantic, which made me think of Disney movies because, you know, old school Disney movies always have romance. Okay, yes, I know, I am old. But this time, I replied with, as with every match, it's a risk. I wanted to show my unique point of view. It's also a way of building quick rapport for me because she has to agree with that statement. All matches are indeed a risk. Some people could turn out to be a little bit crazy or just weird. Then I said, we should put it to a test and see how Disney we can be, start, middle, and end. Which is to suggest we start with a date and see where it goes. And then I added, maybe an adventure or desserts first. Because I am leading the conversation towards the first date. So I proposed either of these ideas and she can pick and choose. Her reply here, as you can see, it just tells me that it's a done deal. I am getting her number or at the very least moving the conversation off Hinge onto another messaging app. That is how confident I am. So she agreed by highlighting her diet concerns and of course the fact that she's going for a holiday soon. At this point in time, it's really just about settling the logistics. I showed her that I can work around her diet by sending her a quick link of vegan desserts that we can find. Then I said we can go on our date when she's back from her holiday. It's that easy. So she agreed. I replied with my unique point of view again by stating that I believe in working as a team. She has to agree with this, because what woman doesn't want her partner to be a team player? And of course, I went for WhatsApp. She counter-proposed with Telegram, and that's fine. Within a few messages, I very easily moved the conversation off Hinge. Now, I am not going to show the rest of the conversation because there were a lot of messages before we finally went on our date. In fact, I think we chatted for about 2 weeks before we finally met. But this is a good example of how I text my dating app matches. So I hope you managed to learn something. If you want to see more of such conversation breakdowns, follow me. I'll be producing more of such content, along with a whole series on getting you a date from online dating. In the meantime, if you've learned something, try it out with your matches and let me know how it goes. I'm looking forward to hearing some success stories. Good luck!